Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to one and all. This is Jairaj Nadar representing Inogic in the capacity of sales manager. And in today's session, we will be talking about SharePoint security sync and the Attach2Dynamics solution. So the main idea behind this solution is to how we can reduce your dynamic CRM storage space, and we will see how we can replicate the CRM security model to the SharePoint. So for your information, all lines will be muted. In case if you have any questions, any queries, you can feel free to put it in the chat window. So while having the Q&A session, I will be happy to answer all of your queries. So before I deep dive into the demonstration of the session, I would like to give you a short brief about Inogic. Inogic is one of the leading service provider and an independent ISV. We are also an exclusive Dynamic 365 CRM boutique shop that has been in the business for more than decades now. We also been active in the CRM community in which our blogs are very popular. As you can see on the screen, these are all the various productivity add-ons which Inogic has to offer. Among all, I would like to talk about some of the key flagship product of Inogic. Starting with Maplytics. Maplytics is a market-leading CFMD certified product which provide capabilities like visualizing CRM data on map, route optimization, smart appointment planner, territory management, and much more. Next, I would like to talk about the other application, that is file storage management app. That is, in today's session, we will be seeing the SharePoint security sync and the Attach2Dynamics. To give you a glimpse, it is a comprehensive solution for managing your all of your documents within the Dynamic 365 CRM by integrating with the SharePoint. So apart from this product development, Inogic is also an SI. We do provide an offshore development services by assisting our partners and the customers. So in case if you need any more information related to any of our productivity add-ons or service related, you can do reach out to us at crm@inogic.com. We would be happy to assist you. So this is the agenda for the today's session. So we'll see what it requires to increase the productivity in the CRM, key features of the document management application, that is the SharePoint and the Attach2Dynamics, followed by the live demonstration. And finally, we will be having the Q&A session. Now, let's start with the session of having how you can increase the productivity in the CRM. So the stats that you see on the screen, that 23% of time saved in managing the security access. So by implementing that the security model into your CRM, like in many cases, the SharePoint plays a major role in terms of managing all of your documents, like unauthorized users should not able to access any of the files that are in the repository. So for that, once you implement the solutions, so it will be like you can really save the time in managing those security access. And yes, for 30 to 40% of cost that has been saved in terms of implementing this app. So what exactly it does is, since as you all know, Microsoft Dynamics CRM storage space cost is really huge and a concerning point for many customers and the prospects. Like if your storage has been hitting or it has been becoming a full or a larger, so it is really hampering for your CRM, and that's put into your worry, and you buy an additional storage space of Dynamics from the Dynamics CRM, which is really huge as compared to the other applications. So by implementing this document management application, you save a 40% of your storage cost that you invest. And yes, if the document is not well organized within the system, so there is a chances of a productivity loss. So by implementing this, So you have saved a 21% of a time that the user has spent in terms of accessing the files in the CRM or into the SharePoint in a well organized way. So that's how which this document management application can really add up benefits. So what exactly it gives you? So once you have implemented the solutions, it will increase the productivity that we have seen. Like we will be that you can manage your time, save the cost, and you can also like automate your complex tasks, whichever are within the systems, and reduce your manual work. You can reduce your manual work by the synchronization, the seamless task that has been done as automatically, and thereby increasing the efficiency. So this how the productivity will be increased by implementing the document management application. Now let's see what are the key features, the challenges. Before that, we'll see what are the challenges faced by the users within the Dynamics CRM. Though Microsoft Dynamics CRM is a sophisticated system, many user faces many challenges. Like as I said, a limited Dynamics CRM disk space and the high storage cost. And I hope you all know that using out-of-the-box functionality, you can upload one file at a time to in the CRM. So this is really a time-consuming task for any field sales representative or any salesperson or any of the service-related representative wants to upload a multiple files or a folders onto the SharePoint or any other cloud storage. That gets really a time-consuming. So that is something challenging, and there is no provision currently for synchronizing the CRM security model to the SharePoint. And also the SharePoint has a limitations. I hope you all aware about it, like 50,000 items in a single document library. So that is also been not overcome with the set limit of creating any document libraries into the SharePoint. So keeping this all challenges in mind, we have come up with the solution that is SharePoint Security Sync, that is inclusive of our Attach2Dynamics solution, where the Attach2Dynamics solution manage all of your dynamic CRM storage of like migrating all of your attachments from the CRM to the respective cloud storage, thereby reducing your CRM storage space and going a one step ahead. Once the file got migrated, is there my files are safe or is unauthorized users are accessing the files? If I wanted to put the CRM security model to be replicated into the SharePoint, that's where our product SharePoint security comes into the picture. So SharePoint Security Sync is a complete product which is inclusive of our Attach2Dynamics solution, which has the following features. So metadata filtering. You see the first feature, that is the metadata filtering. So in SharePoint, metadata serves as a powerful tool for users to tailor a document management according to their specific needs. So this metadata filtering, the custom tagging feature has been incorporated within our Attach2Dynamics UI itself. If a user who has uploaded the file, if they wanted to make any changes on the or any custom tagging they want to do it, that can be done in the real time. That gets synchronized and you can see it in the SharePoint. So this I will be demonstrating you in more in depth while I will present the within my environment. And the other is the move email body content and the attachments. The email body content is like the email contains an attachments and also that has a rich text field, and you wanted to migrate all of those attachments from the CRM to the respective cloud storage. So that features we have been added up in our solution and you can able to do that. Subfolder structure and override the file. So you can easily able to create a subfolder structure, the folder inside a folder and how you wanted to organize, and inside that you wanted to upload a file. That provision has been possible. And yes, you can easily synchronize the CRM security model, like user added to the team, removed to the team, what privileges that you are giving to the users in the CRM, the same will get replicated into the SharePoint. And this security privileges is like within the Attach2Dynamics UI, there are multiple actions the user can perform. Like you see, upload, download, email, create a folder, rename, delete. So you can define what privileges, that security privileges that you wanted to give it to the users so that they don't perform any overactions about it. Like if you don't want to give delete operation to the users, you can simply disable for that. But this is only within the Attach2Dynamics UI, which I will be showcasing you. You can also move the Outlook attachment directly to the cloud, like simply drag and drop the Outlook email to the Attach2Dynamics UI that gets uploaded to the respective cloud storage. Create multiple folders for the activities as well. Let's say task contains an email, the activities, appointments. So on inside that, if you wanted to create multiple folders, that is also possible. And that is the user-friendly UI. Attach2Dynamics UI, like using out-of-the-box functionality, you cannot upload a file size of up to 1.5 GB, but using our Attach2Dynamics UI, you can easily upload a file size of 1.5 GB from the CRM to the respective cloud storage. So these are all some of the key features. Let's see all these features in a live action. So let me switch to my CRM window. So for the webinar and the demonstration purpose, I've already pre-configured the SharePoint security solution in one of my demo environment. And for the better understanding, I've logged in with the 3 different users. One is the Anmol, who has been having organization level access. So when I say organization level, so he has the admin role. He has the admin role, and he has been also given with the security role of a sales manager. Let's organization level access. And on the other end, I've logged in with the other users. That is Alex, who has been salesperson. Let's consider he's a salesperson of this organization who has user level access, who can only able to see only those records which he has created and the record that has been shared to him. The same for which in the SharePoint also he can able to see only those records for which the document location is created or the record that has been created by him. And on the other window, the other user, that is Grady. Again, this is a salesperson who's been having the user level access. He can also only able to see only those accounts which he has created or record that has been shared with him. And the same for which the document location that we have created over here, that can be seen in the SharePoint. So now let me take a real-time example and so consider an example like taking, since nowadays the many organizations are facing the storage is the main concern, that because the activity pointer table has been increasing because of an email content or email attachments that are hitting into the system, and your activity pointer database has been the capacity that has been increasing on a day by day, and also the file size, because a lot of attachments are hitting into the system, and that puts the organization into a worry, and that they buy additional storage space from the Dynamics CRM. But overcoming those challenges, that's where we have our solution called as SharePoint Security Sync, in which you can migrate your existing all of your history of an attachments from the CRM to the respective cloud storage, not only your history but also the real time as well. So taking that example, let me show you how it works over here. For an example, let's assume your user or any of the salesperson are working on one of the new record, or has been creating a new record and he's been uploading a file. Let's see how it works over here. And let's say your user is working within the CRM, and as I said earlier, if you want to upload any documents from the CRM to the respective cloud storage, so usually you hit on the document tab of the CRM, right? However, this is also possible. Well, you can either do it in the document tab, or we do have a UI, as I said, attached to Dynamics. Once you hit on this UI, that button, the UI will be opening up, and where you can see that there are multiple actions that users can able to perform over here. Like you see on the screen itself, you can upload, you can download, you can rename, you can mail this file on the go as a link or an attachment to the respective users. Also, copy link is an option button where the file can be added as a read-only link or an editable link. So this is the UI. Let's suppose if I wanted to upload any file against this particular record, what I can do is I can simply drag and drop a file or a folder onto this UI, which out of the box functionality doesn't support of uploading multiple files at a time. But using our UI, we can able to easily upload multiple files or folders into the respective cloud storage. So when I say respective cloud storage, Attach2Dynamics supports 3 different types of cloud storage to manage all of your documents. That is SharePoint, Dropbox, and an Azure Blob. So these 3 are the cloud storage currently supporting. To give you an example, I'm showcasing it for the SharePoint as a cloud storage. Even the file that we have uploaded, I can see it over here inside the folders. The files that we have uploaded against this particular record. And if I click on this link, it will navigate to me SharePoint, and I can see that inside the account entity for the this is the record that we have created and the files that uploaded inside the SAM folder. Now, looking at this column, the SharePoint column, you may be thinking the same column has been added up over here. So is that a metadata filtering? It's been possible. So yes, when I showcase the feature in the presentation, the first feature was a metadata. As I said, in SharePoint, metadata serves as a powerful tool for the users to tailor the document management, right? So that's what the users can able to create your custom view within the SharePoint, which are seamlessly synchronized and are displayed within the Attach2Dynamics UI. And if the user wants to do any custom tagging against any of the files, they can simply select the file, click on the edit. Let's say if I wanted to name it for this particular file, account name as some custom tagging which the user has been doing onto this. So if I go into the SharePoint, as of now, it is in the interested in A2D demo. If I refresh it, I can able to do that custom tagging as well. There you see interested in the potential account, which we have done it in the custom tagging as well. And if a user wants to add any column over here, they can add it, that create a custom column, and that column gets synchronized and that can be displayed in our Attach2Dynamics UI as well. So this is something really a very interesting feature that we have requested from many of our prospects and customers, because metadata plays a major role in many of the organizations, since it serves in the powerful tool for the SharePoint. So for that's the reason we have incorporated that, and this metadata has been also done in the real-time migration of notes attachment as well, how that has been carried over. So that is also be possible within our Attach2Dynamics and SharePoint Security Sync solution. So now coming to that, like the files that I've uploaded, I can easily do that. I can perform various actions like upload. You can select the file, upload, download. You can rename the file. You can email as attachment or a link. And also if you wanted to send any anonymous shareable link to any of your colleague, that is also pretty much possible. Or you can create a folder as well. Inside that folder, you can upload a file. So the way that I'm showcasing you is that how you can manage your documents within the CRM with respect to the cloud storage that you're opting out. So this is all how the users can perform many actions. Now, how about the files that I've uploaded over here? How that gets migrated. So now that these files are part of my system, so will that get migrated from the CRM to the respective cloud storage? How can I do that? How can I migrate that? So for that only, we do have a feature called as a bulk migration job. So bulk migration job is nothing but like you can migrate all of your history of an attachments. So that's what I have said, like you have a last 1 to 2 years of an data or attachments that are file attachments are part of your system, and you wanted to migrate that and you wanted to reduce your CRM storage space. For that, we have this feature called as bulk migration, where you can simply do it for the attachments that are part of your system. So to give you an example, which I've already run one simple bulk migration job for a notes. So when I say notes, the account entity or any entity that contains a notes attachments. So for that, you just need to do the entity configuration. That is the configuration part that I will come into the later down of the session. You just need to create a new button on this. Here you need to look for the notes attachments activities. When I say activities, the activity contains the email attachment, the task, the appointment, all those are included in the activities. So for that, if you select the activities and you define the connector over here, you schedule, you define when you wanted to run this bulk migration, when you wanted to perform this a migration of your attachments from the CRM to the respective cloud storage, that you can schedule it. And the attachment action. So the attachment action is what is like, we have two options, that is move and a copy. What exactly it does is when you select as a move, a attachment gets completely migrated from the CRM and it gets moved and stored into the respective cloud storage, that is SharePoint, Dropbox, or Azure Blob, depending upon the connector that you choose. But however, when you select as a copy of an attachment gets residing in the CRM as well as into the SharePoint. So in order to reduce the CRM storage space, we need to choose the option as a move, so that copy of an attachment will get completely migrated. And you can see, you can select the duration or last how much days, weeks, months, or a year, or older than that, or any custom date that if you wanted to set it, that option is also pretty much possible. Once you have defined this, so once you have run and once you have scheduled it, so you need to know what exactly the status is, whether the bulk migration operation has been performing well, whether my file got migrated or not, how much has been migrated, all those information you get it over here. It will give you complete total record that has been processed. What was the file size of it? If any ignored, that can also you can see it. And what if anything failure, that is also you can see it over here. Bulk migration job status, you get the details about the record URL, succeeded in the file size of it. So this overall completely migrates your attachments from the CRM and it move into the SharePoint. So thereby reducing your CRM storage space. So this is about my existing attachments that are part of the system. You want to know what about my real time, whether it's getting how will that get migrated or not? Yes, let me show you that as well. So against the same record, let's say I'm adding a notes attachment over here. I've added a notes attachment against this particular record for the same record, and we'll see how the real-time migration performs over here. So now I've added a notes attachment. What exactly it will do is this notes attachment will get migrated to the SharePoint and link will be left in the body of the note. So that whenever the user wants to know what was the file was uploaded against this particular record, I can easily go and see what were in the notes section in the timeline, the files that I uploaded, and the link will be left in the body of the note. So if I refresh it, I should be able to see that. So there you see the file got migrated and the link has been left in the body of the note. And if a user wants to know any for the future reference, you can click onto that and you can see that what was the file that was uploaded against that. And also in the CRM, if I navigate, I can able to see that files. See. So this is how the real-time migration works. The user doesn't need to again and again run the bulk migration operation, because it rather on a real time itself, even on the real time of an email that are hitting into your system, the email contains an attachments that gets migrated into the respective cloud storage and thereby leaving the link as a body in the email body itself. So this is also applicable in all the ways. So just I was showcasing it for only for the account entity. This could be also applicable like in the email attachment that are hitting into your system, or user who has been creating a record and adding a files into the system. All those combination, this real-time migration works. And also for the existing attachment, you can run the bulk migration job as well. In this way, you can easily reduce your dynamic CRM storage space. And that's by doing this, you can able to easily manage the cost that you want in order to buy an additional storage space of dynamic CRM. So now this is about how you can handle the document within the CRM and how you can reduce your CRM storage space. What about the security aspects, how it works over here? So that's what I'm coming. Like when you say talk about the security, because as I said earlier, he's been having the organization level access. So he can able to see all the records, all the accounts in the CRM as well as into the SharePoint as well. of the root entity. Now, the other two users, the other two salesperson cannot able to see any accounts which the Anmol has created or that has been for which the document location is also created in the SharePoint. They cannot able to see that in the SharePoint as well. Now, let's assume for some reason, let's say as a sales manager, if I wanted to share this record, this potential account with the one of the salesperson and giving some messages on that, say that like follow up on this record or keep a track eye on this particular potential account along with the privileges. So let's see how the security privileges works in the CRM as well as into the SharePoint over here. I'm sharing this record with the user called as Alex. And this is the important part, like what privileges that you're granting to the users within the Dynamics CRM. The same will get replicated into the SharePoint end as well for this respective users. So for now, I'm just giving only the read-only permission and see how it works. I've shared this record. So now if I navigate to the other salesperson environment record and I see, so is the Alex, if I refresh it, I should be able to see that record. Say interested in A2D demo. So this is something basic nature behavior of our CRM, that the file that has been shared in a read-only format. What about in the SharePoint? How is that replicated or not? So let's check. If I go over here, I see that record in the SharePoint also interested in A2D for this respective salesperson. I open that. And if you see that there is a pencil icon that indicates a read-only, right? Since we have given a read-only permission, read-only privileges to this user, he can only able to read the file. He does not able to make any changes or modification against this with respect to the files that he's seeing currently on the CRM, sorry, in the SharePoint. Even if when I'm trying to make any modification, I cannot able to do that. Since the user who has shared has been given a read-only permission, the same has been replicated in the CRM as well as into the SharePoint. So this is one of the use cases or example I'm talking about or showcasing you. So you may be thinking how it works in all the way, whether it is applies to the user added to the team. Yes, it does that. User removed from the team. Yes. Adding user to the team, removing user from the team, adding user to the business unit, removing a user from the business unit. In all of this combination, it works in the same way. Like what privileges and the permission that you're granting to the users, the same will replicate it into the SharePoint end as well. So by doing this, so by implementing this, what it exactly gives a value is that the unauthorized users cannot able to access any documents, or if there are any confidential documents that are part of the system, which you don't want to showcase to all the users within the CRM. In that way, you can restrict the users based on the security role, based on the privileges that are given to the users in the CRM. The same will get replicated in the SharePoint end as well. So this is like you are talking, this is how the SharePoint security sync works. So let's say, for example, if I'm also modifying the security role. So this is the Alex is one of the salesperson. The other salesperson which I'm talking about is let me show you the other salesperson who is the Grady. So Grady cannot also see any records in the CRM since he is also now not given any permission. So as of now, Grady can see 6 records within the CRM, since he is also the user level role for which the document location has been created, that also can see it in the SharePoint. However, if we give the Grady a managerial level role, let's say he has also been given an organization level access. So Grady can able to see all the accounts which the Anmol who has been having organization level access, which all the records in the CRM end as well as into the SharePoint end as well. So that's how the syncing aspects works in terms of like adding user to the team, removing user, changing the security role, removing the security role. All this combination works within the SharePoint security sync application. And now also I would like to talk about one of the interesting use cases that so there are multiple folders or files that are hitting into the document library on a single document library. So I hope you all aware, as I said, the SharePoint has a limitation of having a single document library, like 50,000 items in a single document library. So how we can overcome those challenges? Is that possible? So yes. So for that, we do have a provision that in the entity configuration with respect to specific entity or any entity that you wanted to perform any actions, for that just you need to create a custom folder structure. That means you can create your own document library in the SharePoint. And by creating that, you can overcome the challenges that users are facing, like having single document library in the SharePoint and uploading, like there are multiple items. So there may be also use case like the organization has 10,000 items, 20,000 items to be in a one single document library. That is something concern for them. So that for to overcome those challenges, we have this create custom folder structure. You define that you can create your own library structure by period by starting character custom, and you define the folder format as well, depending upon your choice. Once you have done with this configuration in the SharePoint, you will be able to see this how the document library will be created. Like depending upon the period that you have selected in the configuration, this how the document library created, and inside that files will get uploaded. So by doing this, by creating a custom folder structure, that eliminates the risk or the task of having 50,000 items in the single document library that the SharePoint has. So this is how the overall the SharePoint security sync works, where you can reduce your dynamic CRM storage space by doing the bulk migration and the real-time migration. And also you can also restrict the unauthorized users in accessing the document with the help of our SharePoint security sync solution. Now, shortly you will receive a poll on the features that you like the most in both the application. You will be seeing a poll on your screen, so I would request you to kindly cast your vote on the features that you like the most. Few more seconds to cast your vote. If anyone left, I would request you to kindly cast your vote on the poll that you see. Thank you. Thank you for casting vote. Let me switch back to my presentation. So this SharePoint Security Sync and Attach2Dynamics solution can be supported version on the Dynamics 9.0 and above, and also in the Dataverse, which can be deployed and online. To get started with the solution is really simple, where you can download the solution from the Attach2Dynamics, or to get started with this solution is really simple. Like you can download the solution from the app source or as well as from the website. But if you need any assistance during your trial or in terms of setting up the things at your end, you can reach out to us at crm@inogic.com. We will be happy to help you on that. Yeah, now let's have a Q&A session. So feel free to put your questions in the chat window, and let me answer all of your queries one by one. So it would be great if you can put your questions on the chat window. I can able to answer your queries. And also I see like 4 to 5 attendees are over here. So if any questions, you can feel free to put it. And also, I would request any suggestion or feedback of this session, how it goes, was completely understandable in terms of the product functionality and how it works. So that would be great. So any more questions would be highly appreciated in terms. So we have a questions from one of our attendees, Freddie Bank, like if you have an existing CRM installation using SharePoint as a storage, can you restructure it and move them to a new custom folder structure? So like if you wanted to, like you meant to say you wanted to uh, create a new custom folder structure or a new document library in the SharePoint. And from there, you wanted to migrate all of your files in or attachments over there, right? If that's the understanding, then definitely it is possible. Sure, definitely. We can connect. We can also have a one-to-one session and where we can able to elaborate in details about and answer all of your queries, exchange of information as well. So definitely, Freddie Bank, I will definitely send you an email with my available time slots. We can connect on a one-to-one session, and from there we can take it to the next step on this. So post this session, I will be shortly sending you an email with the all of the details. And also for all the attendees, we will be sending you out the recording and the how the product works as well, everything. So you can also have a look into that once, whenever if you want to do review again on the same. Yeah, any other question, guys, would be highly appreciated. So I see return is only the attendee as of now. I hope everyone has been left. So return any questions from your end? If no more questions from any of our other attendees, so let's wind up this session. Then thanks everyone for attending this session. I hope it really adds value to your daily practice that you are meant to say, like whether it is this solution really helps in terms of your organization if we incorporate, but I hope so. And yeah, so look forward to your another session, and till the meantime, have a great day. Take care. Bye bye.